That they continue to avoid, to dodge, to spread misinformation and disinformation. And now they're just in the pockets of the NRA.
92% increase in violent gang crime under this Prime Minister. These are the facts. Will he listen to the facts and the common sense and go after the real violent criminals instead of targeting law-abiding rifle owners and hunters?
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister is continuing his crusade against indigenous hunters and farmers as well. He is attacking them by trying to ban hunting weapons. Does he really think that hunters in the Saguenay are responsible for the shooting in Montreal? That makes no sense, Mr. Speaker. He should go after true criminals instead of Indigenous peoples and hunters in our regions. The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Once again, Mr. Speaker, the spokesperson of the American Firearms Association is saying nonsense. Next month will mark the third year of our elimination of assault-style rifles in Canada. It is now illegal to buy or sell them. But the Conservative Party of Canada wants to bring back assault weapons. We won't allow it. That's why I ask everyone in this House to support the Bill C-21 when it comes before this House. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
The demagoguery of a Prime Minister that divides to distract. He calls Indigenous Canadians in Nunavut who hunt for sustenance Americans. He calls our patriotic farmers who use rifles for pest control Americans. He calls decent, hardworking, law-abiding citizens who've never broken a law in their lives Americans because they disagree with his plan to ban hunting rifles. Will he stop dividing to distract and start going after the real criminals?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the length to which the Leader of the Opposition will go to try and pretend that he is not in the pocket of the NRA is quite humorous. The reality is the talking points they put out there are completely disconnected from any reality. 3 years ago, we made the decision to render assault-style weapons in this country, weapons designed to kill the largest number of people as quickly as possible, illegal in our communities. We banned them from being bought, sold, or used. This is what we are continuing with. This is what he stands against.
The Leader of the Opposition.
Is he put all the resources into going after licensed, law-abiding, trained and tested firearms owners who are statistically the least likely people to commit a crime. Meanwhile, he has turned loose onto our streets repeat violent offenders who have committed literally dozens of violent offenses. In Vancouver, under his bail regime, the same 40 people had to be arrested 6,000 times. That is what he has brought to our streets. Crime, chaos, drugs, and disorder. Why won't he start going after the real criminals with a common sense Justin Blair?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
If the Conservative Party was serious about going after crime, they would support our freeze on handguns. They would support the fact that we have banned assault-style weapons, and that is something that they continue to avoid, to dodge, to spread misinformation and disinformation on. The reality is, Mr. Speaker, we've continued to invest in police when the Conservative government before me cut services and funding to police. They cut services to CBSA. They cut initiatives that actually kept Canadians safe, and now they're just in the pockets of the NRA.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
As he banned BB guns and paint guns and the hunting rifles of Indigenous and rural Canadians. But you know what? Enough about. Let's just have the facts. Under the Conservative government, violent crime went down 22%. Under this Prime Minister, it's gone up 32%, 92% increase in violent gang crime under this Prime Minister. These are the facts. Will he listen to the facts and the common sense and go after the real violent criminals instead of targeting law-abiding rifle owners and hunters?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Opposite wants to look at numbers. You should perhaps look at the number of assault-style weapons purchased by Canadians under the 10 years of Stephen Harper's government. You would see the challenges we're facing right now. The fact is, Mr.
Sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt the Right Honourable Prime Minister again. I'm having a hard time hearing his answer. I know there's some people who get excited when we talk about certain items. I just want them to take a deep breath. Okay, now that everybody's taken that breath, the Right Honourable Prime Minister from the top, please.
Mr. Speaker, you cannot be serious about keeping our communities safe if you stand against gun control. And that's consistently what the Conservatives have done by spreading misinformation and disinformation when we are going after assault-style weapons and putting a freeze on handguns and not going after law-abiding hunters and fishers. They are using that to try and scare people when the reality is keeping Canadians safe requires a multifaceted approach. It means investing more in CBSA, which has cut more than in half the number of interdicted double the number of interdicted guns coming across the border.
The Honourable Member for Burnaby South.